That was called I'll Be Waiting, and waiting on the line now is Bristol City fan Cornelius from Shepton Mallet. It's a great time for Bristol City, eh, Cornelius?
Jed, dear boy, wonderful to speak to you.
How are you?
I'm very well. I'm much better now. You've put me out of my misery with Lemmy Kravitz. Not a particular favourite of mine. I understand he's very much moved on since his days in the popular beat combo Motorhead. But his CD, of course, was given away on Mail on Sunday, just gone. And a dreadful record it is, too.
I don't think that's a different... That was Lemmy in Motorhead. Lemmy, not Lenny Kravitz.
Yes, in Motorhead, of course. But
yes.
Moved on since then.
Yes.
As we shall now, because Bristol City, of course. Wonderful times, as you say.
Yes, they've been playing remarkably. Now, you've been a season ticket holder for many years, have you?
I have a box. I don't always use it, don't always partake, but when the mood takes, and I have to say, I've been much more often of late, towards the latter part of last season, and practically all of this.
We could be talking here Premier League football in Bristol next season. Now, we haven't had top-flight football since the late 1970s. Of course, we've never had Premier League football. That would be a remarkable thing, wouldn't it?
I would think it would be wonderful were Gary Johnson to decide to retain the Premier League. I have to say, he's fashioned aside very much in his own image. He is, I don't know if you're aware, he's a Cockney. And I think his side resembles his character, very cheeky, buxom at times, but always affectionate. And there's an artistry to them. A kind of a real élan, flair. I don't know if you're aware of course you will be, I insult you, the Impressionists, Manet and Renoir.
Yes, and what's their...
But nothing like that, because they're chiefly to do with paintings, of course. But nonetheless, there is an artistry about the field. I feel this will serve them well should they ever make the Premier League.
You wanted to say something to Lisa Aziz,
I'd very much like to speak to Lisa. Hello, Lisa.
Morning, Cornelius.
How are you?
I'm very well. Even better now that I'm talking to you.
It's wonderful to speak to you. I've been following your career since you came back to the local television. I enjoyed your early repartee with the sadly now departed chap who went on to reform his rock and roll group, Mr. Lydon. How is he? Do you hear from him?
Mr. Ricard Lydon.
I forget his first
No, I don't.
name.
But we are both
He's in a group
people.
called the Sex Pistols, I believe.
Yes, well, less of the sex and more of the pistols.
Is it? Well, the sordid life of you television people. You shall have to come to luncheon.
What, in Shepton Mallet?
Yes. I suggest you would have to be rather pretentious to... Now, I believe you have the Sky cameras there.
Yes, we do. Today,
yes, great excitement, actually.
Yeah.
Yes, I thought being a post-Sky girl, it was for me, but it's not. It's for Jed.
I very much enjoyed your work on that particular channel.
Thank you.
Too, and it must be a real whiz to be back on there.
It's lovely. It's quite a busy studio here today, as you can imagine, Cornelius. Quite a lot going on, and of course your good self as well.
I've had the pleasure of watching the Sky Sports News. I only switch it off, in fact, when Jerry Francis comes on. And at times when I have to switch over for At the Races. But I'm a very big fan of several of their presenters. Alex Quinn, of course, has marvellous horse racing connections. And there's a lovely, pretty lady called Natalie Sawyer.
Is there? What about ITV West News? Do you not like that?
I do. As I say, I very much, and I think you do a sterling job.
Oh, thank you.
And at times when you present yourself, at first I thought it was a dreadful idea. I must confess. Have a sports Johnny there, and of course you're not the most immaculately turned out, if I might say. But nonetheless, were you to come round, Lisa and Mr. Lydon could, if he turned down his punk rock, could perhaps sit with us, and you might make do with the servants' quarter, if I may say.
Thank you very much indeed, Cornelius. That's splendid of you to say so. Well, thank you very much for calling in. No doubt that bit will definitely be used on Sky Sports News later.
Pleasure, old goat. Pleasure.
Thank you very much, Cornelius. Up the city then this weekend, right?
I'll be doing no such thing. But your own sexual proclivities are your business.
Would you like to introduce the next record for me, sir?
Well, you have to tell me what it is, of course. I know psychic.
Yes, I'm going to. It's right up your street, funny enough. It's called The Eton Rifles by The Jam.
Here is the Jam with the Elton Rifles.